Hey there guys, this is Chauncey J. Kent and welcome to another episode of Skyblock Survival. I didn't realize those guys were there. Okay, we'll take care of them really quick. Today we of course are going to be working on the slime farm after we fix the sugarcane farm here, which has this irritating habit of breaking repeatedly for no apparent reason. Well, it's not for no apparent reason, it's Endermen. They spawn and teleport up there and grab the sand blocks while I'm AFKing, and then it ceases to work, and that sucks. So, we are going to go fix that right now. You'll notice that I do have some glass in my inventory, as well as some cobblestone and some smooth stone. That is all for the slime farm. What we're going to be doing is essentially building 1 or 2 levels of the spawning floor for the first section, and I'm actually going to have to do this in sections just because of the way it's set up. There we go. Now that should have it set and good to go. Yep, okay, awesome. Yeah, so now when that one grows, that piston will go and it'll be good to go. Unfortunately, the Endermen just steal my sand. And it's so irritating because all the blocks on the island, and somehow they manage to find the 2 blocks that they can pick up. And so they grab those, and all of my all my stuff disappears. Now, the other interesting thing is, of course, that they never take the dirt. So, not sure what's up with that. And that actually makes me suspect a little bit that it might be some sort of glitch that's making the sand disappear. And I guess that makes sense because I am sort of exploiting like bud switch stuff in order to make that happen. So, it's just a price for fully auto sugarcane thing, is lots of maintenance. I suppose I could just put like a giant stack of sand on there and so it would just repair itself. That's actually a fascinating idea. Well, I wouldn't be able to go more than 8 because that's what a piston can push, but self-repairing fully automatic sugarcane farm, that could be fun. Okay, anyway, back to what we were talking about. The slime farm. Since it is so resource intensive, namely with wood and iron, not that iron's a big deal at this point, but wood I still have to grind for, so that kind of sucks. I am doing it just one section at a time, so you can see over there, like we've got a section marked out, but we haven't done anything with it yet. However, and I'll show you this bit here in a second. I have worked a bit on the section that's connected to this because that's the closest one, just makes sense. So here we go, we've got, you can see there's a lot that's happened. We did have the one thing over there. I did go ahead and remove the platform that was over here because it was just in the way, and so we need to rebuild that at some point somewhere along here. All the slime is going to collect in this chest, and there's a frick ton of eggs for some reason. Why are there a bunch of eggs in here? Oh my god. For real? Okay, so when the slime farm is actually sealed, that won't be a problem. For now, that is apparently a big problem. I hate you chickens. For real. What is your... Okay, you're all gonna die. I don't care. You're dead. Let's get rid of some of these eggs so we can get the stuff we care about. If I were hungry... Well, if I find any more chickens, I'm gonna eat your brethren in front of them. That's how much I hate you right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, so basically, we've got the trap set up for this first floor entirely. And that's why there are so many freaking eggs. Douche chicken. I'm gonna kill him. And any other chickens that happen to be floating here. Oh my gosh. What in the world? Okay. So obviously I built this little access breezeway for like maintenance and stuff. These I wasn't fond of initially, and I realized why, and I'm stuck on the chest. It's because they just don't go all the way, so I'm going to take this and go all the way around those with them sometime here in the near future. But that'll be a little bit... That won't be like right now, that's going to be a little bit later. And now that I think about it, I might actually raise this up, just put more stone slabs here to bring this up and make it a little bit less irritating. That will still be there though, so I might do like stairs here and here. Although on the corner there is going to be a little weird. So I might end up moving this back one and bringing the hoppers out so I can do stairs here and there and have the chest there. I don't know. We'll see. But basically that's going to be the collection area, and of course once this is sealed up there won't be chickens in the killing areas, so that won't be a problem. And in fact, let's actually go take care of some of them right now. Hi, chicken. This was one of your brothers. He is tasty. If only I could fully digest him. There it goes. Alright. So yeah, obviously this is the first spawning floor, and you'll notice I did make the second. What we're going to do today is actually take out the half slabs and put in full blocks. I did the half slabs to kind of play with the idea of just giving the bigger slimes more room to jump, but honestly, I've done the 3 high thing before in slime farms. They always have, I mean, they always will make it to where they're going, so it's not really that big a deal. And so I'm just going to kill the spider. Come on, spider. Oh, fine. I guess that was a bit pointless, but I like to kill the stuff when it spawns over there, just because I can. Anyway, obviously I'm using jack-o'-lanterns to keep the place lit up, so that only slimes can spawn in here. The reason I'm not using glowstone is because glowstone is considered a transparent block, which means mobs cannot spawn on it, and that includes slimes. So if I use glowstone in here, it would reduce spawning rates because they wouldn't be able to spawn on any of these spaces. Jack-o'-lanterns, they can. The only downside to jack-o'-lanterns is in order to place them, you have to have a block under them. So in order to place the jack-o'-lanterns, I have to kind of like build a little structure like this to hold it and place it from the top. But that's not really a big deal. Also, you don't want to use torches because any block that a torch is on, like if I just had a torch here, slime and other mobs can't spawn on this block because it's already occupied by something. So that's kind of the explanation for that. And of course you remember I've got lots of these laying around, and that's from way back before I was even recording. I modified the mob spawner to try and reduce the spawn rates on the lower floors so that I could get more endermen and get the ender pearls that I needed for the ender pearl challenge thing. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and start removing all of this half slab nonsense here. And it looks like we did the outer border in full blocks, so that's good. Oh, I need to get rid of eggs, don't I? Man, these chickens, they're everywhere, and there are so many of them, and they're so irritating, and I want them to go away. And eventually we'll be able to, well, we'll figure out something for that. One of these days. Okay, now I should be able to pick up half slabs. Good, there it is. And I'm going to go ahead and leave the pumpkins in place because, or the jack-o'-lanterns, just because they're kind of a pain to put in place initially. Of course, one of the reasons I want to go full blocks instead of half slabs is because you can kind of see the face of the jack-o'-lanterns through the half slabs, and I don't like that, so there you go. It might be an aesthetic decision, but I would prefer to not see the jack-o'-lantern faces. It's bad enough to see the pumpkin textures, and it looks a bit silly, but it's an efficiency thing. So I'll allow it, but there are better ways to do this. And while the half slabs do save resources, I think it's just going to be better with full blocks. I won't see the jack-o'-lantern faces, which will be good for my peace of mind. And of course, the slimes will be less likely to glitch through the floor. Not that that's a big problem anyway, since they just end up on the bottom level, and then they could find their way to the spawner traps, but I don't know. It just feels like not glitching through the floor is a good thing. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and use the full blocks to make sure that's the case. Now, you'll notice what I did here. I've got these two pretty close together, and this is just a shorter thing, just to make sure the slimes don't get stuck in strange corners. Now, there is a potential for them to get stuck here and just jump here forever. Hopefully that won't happen. And in fact, I think we'll go ahead and put in blocks all along here to make sure that doesn't happen. For here, that's also a potential problem. So really, I just need to fill in this whole area, don't I? And of course, you can see I started the structure for the next level as well. So what we're going to do is essentially try to build this first section, and then we'll just add on to it as we go along. And I probably won't do episodes for these other spawning areas. I might do like a short little bit on one, just so you can see how it would be set up if you don't have a mushroom farm in your way. As far as the traps go and stuff, but it's really simple. Basically, you just build these in the four corners, and that's it. And then you just space these pumpkins, or the jack-o'-lanterns, relatively evenly. I went ahead and left these ones here since we're going with glass walls. These will actually be producing light that will go through the wall and will be useful, and will be thus useful. I haven't decided yet if I want to do viewing platforms for each level, since we already have the platforms down there. But we'll get to that, and we'll see what we want to do with it. Alright, so let's get rid of these. But yeah, it's I did the math for exactly how many hoppers it would take to just make these bottom sections. And it's going to take like 180 hoppers, because you've got however many platforms. Well, we've got 5 platforms, and each one will have a trap in each of the 4 corners. So that's 20 corners that all need hoppers. And then you multiply that by 9, because that's how many hoppers it takes to do the whole thing. You end up with 180, and that's not including the hoppers necessary to go from the traps to the collection area, or to do the pathing or any of that. So yeah, that's going to be just a lot of materials that I need to come up with, and I have the iron. Like, I have so much iron. I wish I had a fully auto wood farm. That would be a fantastic thing. And they might get caught here too. What I really should have done is just put the wall here like I did with this one and just shorten this, but I wanted this section. I'm thinking that might have been a bad plan, honestly. I don't know. So they're gonna get stuck here. They're gonna get stuck here. They're gonna get stuck here. I don't know. we'll come up with some sort of solution for that, but right now I'm drawing a blank. Excuse me. I still have a bit of that cough from the cold thing, and I'm pretty much healed up, but that, like, I kind of know how my body works, and that cough tends to linger for a couple weeks after the fact, which is super irritating, but hey, what can you do? So please forgive that. Hopefully it's not too irritating. And if it is, sorry, there's not really much I can do about it. Okay, so basically just build the floor here. Now, for the glass, I may ultimately end up having to buy the sand and just cook it. I've been doing villager trading, and this is literally what I've gotten. Just to stack and so. Now, I wasn't at it for very long. But that's just because I ran out of tradable materials to unlock the trades that I rely on to get the stuff that I need. So, like, I've got a librarian that I can trade paper with, but he's in this irritating place, where his final trade for the moment is one of the redstone clocks, just that you'd make out of, like, gold and stuff. So that's like 10 emeralds, and generally he doesn't trade me enough paper to do that, let alone also buy the glass to its maximum amount. So what I'm having to do is trade with other villagers as well, and really the only ones that I have access to trade with right now, like the only thing they want is coal. And like, I am a donator, so I can get my hands on coal, but there's only so much I can get access to. Like, every day I can get, I think it's like 3 stacks of it, which goes pretty fast in the trades. So that's kind of where I am with that. Okay, so that's the floor for the top section here. And obviously, as you're building this up, you only want to go up to y equals 40, because that's, or 39, because that's where they stop spawning. No, it's 0 to 40 is where they spawn. So right now I'm at 9 feet. Next level up I should be at 12 or 13, something to that effect. And so basically it will go relatively quickly. But you kind of get the idea. So I do not have my silk touch pick with me, so I do not want to misplace these. There's a wall. I kind of get the feeling I will not have enough glass for this this time, but that's okay. We'll get as far as we can, and I'll just finish that bit up off camera, because you guys probably don't want to watch me like villager trade grind to get more glass, because that's not really that exciting. Oh yeah, we're not even gonna have enough for this wall, I don't think. Nope. Well, we can at least make sure the slimes don't go out to that corner. Okay, so obviously missing a couple glass blocks. We'll fill that and the rest of these walls in off camera. Not a big deal. Oh, that's exited too early. Okay, so back up to this floor. I can kind of show you the structure here and how that all works. Basically, I just go ahead and make this bit first, and then I put in the jack-o'-lanterns after the fact. Now, obviously, like, I can't reach that last little bit there, but that's not a huge deal, and thankfully falling down these traps is not devastating because they're water traps, and, you know, my character's capable of swimming, so that's always a bonus. There we go. I like to go ahead and build these pillars first, just to make sure I don't accidentally walk off backwards. If you have issues with that yourself, which I know a lot of players do, and it's no fault of their own, it's just something that happens on occasion, then it's a good practice to just go ahead and make those, and then, you know, you just bump right into it. You absolutely cannot go through it unless the game does something totally screwy and glitches for some reason, and that it can happen, but it usually doesn't. So there's all that, and of course we want 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Don't mind my counting, that's just how I keep track of what I'm doing and such. I'm sure many other Minecrafters have their methods. But yeah, I gotta tell you guys, like, I do farming as my, like, real-life profession, and there are some distinct differences. I did not bring jack-lanterns. That was stupid. Okay, so we'll go get jack-lanterns while I talk. There are some distinct differences between, like, real farming and Minecraft farming, and not always favorable ones. For instance, in Minecraft farming, I've never gotten sweaty doing Minecraft farming, but I sort of do all the time in real life. So, yeah, there's that. On the other hand, when you do real farming, like when you go to harvest stuff, a lot of the time, once you're done harvesting, you can't really tell that you harvested the plant. Like, it still looks like it's good to go and could be harvested more, even though it might not necessarily be able to. Whereas in Minecraft, if you harvest something, you can tell that it's been harvested and that it's been replanted and is still growing and such. Jack-lanterns, right. So aesthetically, like, real-life farming can actually be better. But yeah, obviously Minecraft farming is so much easier in so many ways. So yeah, if you guys have aspirations to be a real farmer and that's based off of, like, Minecraft farming, just understand that they're different, and the real version's a lot harder. However, I will say this, because Minecraft's day is compressed into 10 minutes and its night is only 10 minutes, obviously the process had to be kind of streamlined as well. And this is the first time, okay, seriously, like, every time I get on this ladder I go on the wrong side and I have to jump the fence. This is the first time I've successfully gotten on the side that I need to be on for the for the spawner. Anyway, yeah, so farming's hard. I missed. So just understand that the Minecraft version is not the same. Which you guys probably knew, but still, just understand that and be aware. There it is. All right, now, not gonna put those in yet. Gonna go ahead and fill out the floor first. I gotta remember exactly what my pattern was here too. It's just 2 between. Okay, gotcha. And I suppose there's not a whole lot of method to this exactly, but what can you do? That's awesome. I love the view of my island from below. Like, I think it looks really cool, especially since we added those viewing platforms. Like, you can just see through them, and you can see there's an obvious pattern, and it just looks nice, and I don't know, maybe I'm just kind of bragging on myself, but I think I did good with those. Sadly, their purpose was rendered moot because of video recording problems, but there will always be more fireworks shows. And yeah, I am still collecting more cobblestone, or not cobblestone, wow, more gunpowder to get ready for the next show. Like, there's just not enough. I had like an entire chest plus like another row of a chest, so like a chest plus 5 stacks, and like I ran out and had to start buying some from other people. That's how ridiculous it was. Okay, so did those, and we do the pattern from those because otherwise it just goes weird with this one. Alright, now hopefully I should be close enough that oh, sad, I wanted that back. Oh well. Nope. I should be close enough to pretty much this entire spawn area to make sure that nothing spawns here. However, if it does, I do have a sword and my bow, so I should be good to go. And my axe. Alright, sorry. Channeling a little bit of Paul Soares there. He does that all the time, and I always thought it was amusing. So I thought I'd give it a shot, and it really is. Now, do I put them on the edges as well, or no? Okay, no, just in the spawning area. Only on this do I do the edges. Gotcha. Man, they produce a lot of light, too. That is crazy. Right? Yep. Did we put one here? I don't even know. Doesn't look like it, but we might want to. I almost feel like we ought to, just cause. Yeah, we've got tons of them. It can't hurt anything, so we'll actually drop down and do that. Yeah, the fact that mushrooms are able to spawn there and stay there tells me the light level is too low, so we will go ahead and put a jack-o'-lantern on that section as well. And yeah, so here, this is what I was talking about. Like, I can't just place a jack-o'-lantern. You can probably hear me clicking like crazy. It needs a block below it in order to make that happen. So what I have to do for this one is actually jump down here. Oh, dang it. Okay, there we go. Precariously walk along the fence. And right where that is, I need to place wool. And I will remove this after the fact. Like, now I can place the jack-o'-lantern just fine. Now, you don't have to keep the block underneath it, obviously. It'll stay in place. You just need a block there in order to place it. So, ow. See what I mean? Not lethal, but irritating. So, yeah, it is a bit of an irritant, but it's worth it to just go ahead and do it, and and get over the fact that it's irritating, so. I probably should have gone ahead and placed all the wool while I was there. Silly me. You guys gotta remind me these things. I mean, come on. You can't expect me to remember everything. Well, I guess you can't expect that, but you shouldn't, I guess, is my point. Absolutely shouldn't. Okay, so. This is just sort of how I do it. You can do it different ways if you want. Honestly, this part isn't that terribly difficult, so I don't mind it too much. But it can get a little tedious, and if you're not used to tedium, then that can be irritating. So, I think that's all of them. Now, for these edge ones, I do try to make sure that the face is actually facing into a block, so that all you see is the pumpkin texture and not the jack-o'-lantern face, which I still think looks a little ridiculous. Now, maybe that's just me. But I've never been a fan of that. Now, if you have, and if you are, I apologize. Don't mean to offend. Just telling you what I think. And that's my 2 cents on it. I like the look of glowstone better than the jack-o'-lanterns, but my favorite lighting thing is obviously the redstone lamp, which looks spectacular in pretty much every situation. So, when I can, also, redstone lamps are considered a transparent block. So, for the same reasons we can't use glowstone, we can't use the redstone lamps. Just thought I'd point that out real quick. But yeah, so, when I have to use some sort of lighting block versus a torch, I like to use the redstone lamps, because I think they look a little bit nicer. Sometimes you can't do that just because of space restrictions or whatnot, so you do what you can. That's all you can really do. But yeah, so now you not only get light from below, you also get light from above, and it just really keeps the area lit up really well and prevents anything from spawning aside from the slimes. So, hopefully, this will work out well. It should. I've used this design before. It always worked out great. It's very efficient. If I can get chickens to stop landing in the spawning areas and just filling it with eggs, that would be fantastic. So hopefully we can make that happen. And of course, once we have it sealed up, that won't be an issue at all, because chickens won't spawn in here. And there's nothing, so far, there's no such thing as a slime riding a chicken. Although, given what they've added to the game, it is entirely possible that we might see that someday. And while it would be a little disturbing, it could happen. So just buckle up and be ready for that. And yeah, so last thing I want to do for this video is just go clear out that collection area, because obviously I don't have the glass to finish this, and now you've kind of seen me do an entire level here. So we'll look, we're at 13 right now. So the next one should be 17, I think, because each level is, yeah, 17. So, because each level is 3 air spaces and then one block space. So because we're building above these platforms, because we need room for the collection stuff, we are losing a little bit of the spawning space, but we're getting just massive amounts of it. And let's get this guy, see if we can knock him off. That was not even close. Almost. There we go. Okay, so that's that. Yes, so go clear out the spawning area, and this looks a little dark too. We might want to do something about that at some point. I don't know. This is going to be covered with glass, and this is lit up well enough that it shouldn't be a big deal. So I don't think that's really an issue. No, I don't think that's an issue at all. Okay, so we're going to go back down here. We're going to slide to the side just a little bit. And of course, we did get enough glass to do all of the traps and get those going, so that's good. And I don't know if I want to move this platform to, like, the back side here and go out that way with it, and then go out this way with the other one. Or, you know what we'll probably end up doing is just leaving this where it is, because it's fine. Like, it has no issues whatsoever as far as clearances and whatnot. And then we can actually build the other platform out that way. So it'll be a little bit more of an unusual design, not quite as symmetrical as I had it before, but that's really not a big deal. A lot of the island has been based on symmetry, but this section is supposed to be more industrial and a little bit more random and chaotic, and so, yeah, I look forward to doing that. And we've got tons of glass, and I need to remove this wool. And I feel like we forgot to remove... We did forget to remove wool, didn't we? Let's go get that. And the next level up should also have a couple wool, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, so apparently I just lost a couple somewhere along the way. That's fine. That'll happen from time to time. It's not a big deal. More than likely they ended up in the collection system, and we just gotta get rid of eggs to get to them. See, there's chicken feathers right there. Yep, there's a wool. Only one though. Interesting. Okay. Now, what to do with all of these eggs? This is irritating. Let's do it this way. It's fun to throw them, and they're good for, like, pranking spawn and just, like, spawning a crap ton of chickens, but yeah, it's... Let's go get the rest of them. Get rid of them. It's a lot easier to just get rid of them that way. I need to put another fence or something there, because that's kind of dangerous. Maybe I'll put a block here and that fence up one. I feel like that would make sense. You have a block, right? Okay, well, there you go, guys. Episode bonus. You get to see me fix this. Because, you know, I know that's so exciting, but yeah. See? Much safer. Okay. Let's get rid of the rest of these eggs, and then we'll call it an episode. Oh, don't fall off. And if you're worried that I will ever run out of eggs, that's just not the case. I've got 5 stacks of them saved up. Plus I've got the chicken farm still. So nothing to worry about there, guys. Nothing to worry about at all. Alright, so that's that. And that's basically the episode. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed this episode, that you've learned something from it. And of course, next episode, we should have this first section complete, and that'll be something I'll handle off camera. And we might fill this in off camera as well. I haven't decided on that yet, but I'm considering it. It's definitely... That's probably going to happen, because I don't like being this low. Like, it feels weird. Like, I should be able to see over the fence. Okay. And, of course, we need to finish the bars around the trap things. And then we can start construction on one of the other platforms and kind of connect it up to this, and that'll be just fun and excitement galore. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, definitely leave a like. And, of course, if you are not subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and do that so that you can get updates on what we're doing and when we're doing it and when things come out, etc., etc. So, as always, guys, I will talk at you later.